guys, welcome back to my channel. So as promised, I am bringing monthly favorites to my channel and I'm really excited. So instead of calling this series my monthly favorites or my monthly beauty favorites, I think I'm gonna call it Lawn Loves It or Leaves It, which I think has a nice flow to it. Let me know what you guys think down below. I don't have any favorites for the month of January just because I felt like the whole month of January went by really fast for me. It was my birthday month, Gen Beauty was in January, and just all throughout the entire month I was really sick. Then my wisdom teeth came in and then I had them removed. So I really didn't have time or the energy to play with new makeup products to have any favorites for this month. So instead of just skipping this entire month of beauty favorites, I decided to do my top 16 2016 beauty favorites. I know you guys really enjoyed my top 15 2015 beauty favorites I did last year. So just to replace this month, since I don't have anything new to share with you guys, I figured I would still share with you my top favorite beauty products from the year 2016. So I hope you guys like this video, and there is a lot of products to go through, so let's just get started. 2016 was definitely the year of makeup for me. Last January 2016 was my very first Gen Beauty event ever, and that was when I went to the LA Gen Beauty, which I'm still just... It's so surreal to go to your first Gen Beauty event, and since then I've been to 3, so I feel like I've gotten to try out a lot of different makeup products throughout this whole past year. So I'm really excited to share these products with you guys. I feel like I have a good selection of beauty products. I have, of course, makeup products, a few skincare items, and a hair care product. So I only have one hair product that really stood out to me in the year 2016, so I'm going to start off with that. And it is the Marc Anthony Clear Dry Shampoo. I'm someone that has to wash my hair every single day. I just can't do that second day hair thing. It just grosses me out and it just itches my scalp. So I do wash my hair every single day, so it's not like I need the dry shampoo to absorb any oil. But even after I freshly wash my hair and blow dry it, I just spray this into my roots just to add a little bit of texture and a little bit of volume to my hair, because I do have very fine, flat, straight Asian hair. And like today, if I curl my hair, I'll just spray this throughout my curls just to fluff them up a little bit. And this really is a clear dry shampoo. If I spray it onto my arm right now, you don't even see anything or see any kind of shine or shine or like residue on your scalp or on your skin. So it is definitely clear, and that's what I love about it. I have a few skincare products that really stood out to me in the past year, and one of them is from Derma E. If you haven't heard of Derma E, I would highly suggest Googling it, going on their site, and just putting in an order. No matter what you pick up, I know you're going to love it. I love all the products from the brand Derma E, but this is definitely one of my favorite must-have items from the brand. And this is their Purifying Youth Serum with marine algae and green tea. This is for normal to oily skin, but I do have drier skin and dry patches around the perimeters of my face. And this works really great at hydrating those areas. They don't cling to the dry patches. And if anything, I feel like they really help smooth out those areas for when I apply my makeup on top of it. But it doesn't make me oily or produce extra oils in my T-zone, so that it doesn't break up my makeup throughout the day. So I love this. It's one step, super easy to do. I just throw this on right after I wash my face in the morning, and then I go ahead and apply my makeup. So this is amazing from the brand. Next up is a product that I have been using for maybe 8 or 9 months now, and this is from IT Cosmetics. This is their Confidence Inner Cream Moisturizer. It's their Anti-Aging Armor Regenerative Concentrate. This is amazing for nighttime. You can use it during the day, but I really wouldn't suggest using it for daytime, because I feel like it does make me a little bit more oily and a little bit more glowy than I'd like throughout the day. But this for a nighttime kind of like serum concentrate is perfect. I will be filming another skincare routine, because since just trying out new products, my routine has changed up a little bit. And I know you guys are always asking what I use for my skin, so I will be filming an updated version of that. But this is amazing if you haven't tried this out already. It is a little bit expensive, but I feel like it's definitely worth the price tag. Next up is another facial moisturizer. This is my favorite facial oil. I used to use the Josie Maran Argan Oil a lot, but I felt like that one was a little bit too heavy. And although it kept my skin really soft and hydrated, I didn't see any other drastic changes or benefits to my skin, but this has been amazing and really transformed my skin ever since I've started using it. This of course is the Sunday Riley Luna Sleeping Night Oil with retinol in it. This has made such a difference to my skin's texture, the pores on my face, just the size and appearance of them. It definitely hasn't gotten rid of my pores or made them drastically smaller, but I do find that my makeup glides over those porous area a little bit more smooth and a little bit better ever since I've started using this. So this, if you have never heard or seen it, is a blue oil, which may look a little bit scary. So it looks like that. I hope you guys can see it. But once you rub it in, it becomes clear and it just feels so nice on the skin. It has a really nice like herbal smell to it, and it just feels so good on the skin. This is always my first step in my nighttime skincare routine. I'll just lather this all over my face. 2 drops is all you need. A little bit goes a long way, which is good because this product is friggin' expensive. But I've had this for over more than half a year and I've only used like maybe a quarter of it, so a little bit goes a long way. 2 or 3 drops is all you need. Another great trick with the oil is if my under eye feels really dehydrated and just looks really creasy under makeup, and I'll just take 1 drop of the oil on my ring finger, kind of warm it up between my fingers, and then I'll just pat it underneath my under eyes. And honestly, the next day you'll see a huge difference to your under eyes. Your makeup just goes on a little bit smoother, your concealer does not crease, and your under eyes just feel really nice and supple and tightening. So let's move on to the last skincare product, which is a little bit messy right now. This is the Kapari Coconut Melt. This is actually my 2nd jar of this coconut melt. And basically this is just a coconut oil that I use as a moisturizer. Oh my god, it smells so good. I just want to eat it. But I just take like a chunk of this and lather it all over my body as a moisturizer during the winter time. It's a little bit too greasy and too hydrating for me during the summer months, especially when I'm hot and sweating. I just don't want an oil sitting on top of my sweat and skin. But during the winter, when my skin is just super crackly and super dry, this always saves the day. So I really don't use lotion anymore during the winter months. This is all I use, and it doesn't clog my pores. Don't be afraid of coconut oil. It's not going to clog your pores or just make you feel greasy all over. If you apply just the right amount, it just soaks in your skin and just feels really nice and hydrating. So I think that was all the skincare products that I had to talk about. Everything else is going to be makeup, so let's get into those goodies. So I have 2 eyeshadow palettes to talk about that I really loved all throughout 2016. The first one is going to be no surprise to you guys because I rave about this and use this all the time. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. She has released quite a few throughout the year of 2016. This one has definitely stood out to me the most and just the one that I've been reaching for the most. I brought this to Gen Beauty with me, and it's basically the palette that I used the most all throughout the 5 days that I was in LA. This is just the perfect palette for me. I love anything with like burnt oranges or like a nice deep burgundy, and that is definitely the color scheme in this palette. I just own so many eyeshadow palettes, and I feel like brands keep coming out with another neutral, naked, smoky palette. So it's nice and refreshing to have something that's very different and just a nice addition to my makeup collection. So I really love this palette. The next palette I haven't really talked about much, but it's definitely a palette that I've been reaching for a lot in the past few months. This is actually from Pony Effect, and this is collaboration with Mimi Box. This is the Pony Shine Easy Glam. If you are a makeup beginner, this is your eyeshadow palette that you definitely should have in your collection. I feel like it has a lot of the neutral colors that makeup beginners would feel more comfortable using, but also a nice like pop of color while also being very neutral and wearable. This like rosy pink color is gorgeous. This copper is gorgeous. It has a really nice deep burgundy that's perfect for like lining your lower lash line or just intensifying your outer corners. And this color right here is probably a very close match to MAC Satin Taupe, which is one of my favorite eyeshadows ever. So this has been on my lids a lot lately. I just put this all over my lid and blend out my crease with this color, and then a little bit of this on my lower lash line just to smoke out the whole eye look. And it's so easy. Every shadow in here is really pigmented, really easy to work with, very blendable. And I'm going to be giving this palette away in an upcoming tutorial using this palette, so keep an eye out for that video, but this palette is amazing. So up next are some of my favorite face makeup products, concealers, foundation, primers, all that good stuff. The first thing I'm going to talk about is this primer, and I've only had this primer for about, I'm really bad with like timelines, maybe 3 months, maybe a little bit less, but I've honestly been using it every single day. I did do a review on this in conjunction with the Marc Jacobs, I think it was gel foundation, but this is the Marc Jacobs Invisible Undercover Perfecting Coconut Face Primer. This primer is amazing. It's not silicone based, but it performs like a silicone based primer. So most of you will know this if you've been watching me for a while, but if you're new, I am very allergic to silicone based makeup products, so anything with silicone or dimethicone in it breaks me out immediately. So unfortunately that means that I can't use most primers that people love and rave about. So the Smashbox primer, the Hourglass Mineral Veil primer, those are just out of my range because they will break me out like that. But this is amazing because it performs like a silicone based primer, meaning that it really holds onto my foundation or base, anything that I put on top of it. It holds that product onto my skin really, really well. So that means that it just makes my foundation last longer throughout the day. My blush and bronzer and even highlight is still there at the end of the day when I take off my foundation or take off my makeup, which says a lot about the base that you're wearing. So this is amazing. It really sits on my skin really nicely. I don't use a ton of it. I use maybe half of a pump and just focus that on the areas where I get the most oily. So that's my nose area, the sides of my nose, on my chin, a little bit on my forehead, and that's basically it. So I concentrated on those areas. Everywhere else around my face is pretty dry. It doesn't get super oily, so I don't feel like I need to prime those areas. So up next is one of my favorite foundations that I've tried out in 2016, and this is a brand new foundation for me, but it's been out for a while, so I feel like it's okay to include it in this video. I've only had it for about a month or two, but honestly I've been wearing it every single day, either in conjunction with my Holy Grail foundation, which is the Nourish Sheer Glow, or just on its own when I want a little bit of a lighter coverage, but still looking a little bit more done up and evening out my skin tone. This is the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation. I just posted up a review for this foundation, I think like last week or something, so I'll have that link down below if you want to check out that video. But this has definitely made an impact in my foundation routine. I haven't ever tried out a foundation that I love so much that I use instead of my Nourish Sheer Glow for more than like a week or two. I've fallen in love with the Estee Lauder Double Wear foundation. I love my Milani 2-in-1 foundation. I also really loved, what was the other one that I tried out and liked? The Makeup Forever Stick Foundation. I love all of those, but after like 3 or 4 days I always go back to my Nourish Sheer Glow. But with this, for some reason, I've been wearing it for 2 weeks every single day, and I've just been loving it. It's really nice light to medium coverage. It blurs out my skin really nicely. It makes my pores a little bit less noticeable and a little bit smaller looking. I just love everything about this foundation, and the finish of it is magical. Again, I'll have the video linked down below if you haven't seen it already, but I absolutely love this. So now that we have my favorite foundation for last year, I'm going to talk about my favorite concealer of last year. It has been definitely the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation. I have it in the color medium neutral and light neutral. When I want to just even out my under eye area, if I just have really bad dark circles or it just looks puffy and I haven't slept a lot that day, I'll use medium neutral just to neutralize those bluish area, because it is a little bit more peachy in tone and a little bit darker than what I want my under eyes to be. But then when I want to brighten up that area and look a little bit more awake, I'll use light neutral. These go really well together. They layer really nicely. So it has really nice coverage. It's definitely medium to full coverage and it's buildable. So I just love it. It's lightweight, it doesn't crease, and it provides really nice coverage all day and it stays in place. So this concealer is amazing. So I've tried quite a few setting powders throughout my years years of just wearing makeup. I started off with a lot of pressed powders because I felt like those worked well for me. But then when I noticed as I age and I'm getting more fine lines around my eyes and my concealer creasing a little bit more, I've started to bake under my eyes when I want a really flawless finish. Like today, to film this video, my under eyes were horrendous because I just have not been sleeping well. I really wanted to perfect that under eye area, so I went in with my Urban Decay concealers, neutralized all the areas that I needed to, and then I baked that area. And to bake, my favorite powder ever is the RCMA No Color Powder. It's amazing, it's affordable. I go through this really quickly, but still, like, I still have a lot left of it, and I've had this for a full year, and I think this entire container was $8 or $10. It's just so affordable. It can look a little bit scary and stark when you bake with this because you are layering like a white powder under your eye, but once you sweep that powder away and blend it into your skin, it's very translucent and just makes your skin very soft and flawless looking. So I love working this under my eyes. Even if I'm not baking it, I like to set my concealer with this powder a little bit on my chin because it gets a little bit oily, and then on my nose area. It's just a really nice finely milled powder that's affordable. You can order this online everywhere these days, and it's just amazing. I guess we'll just stick with the face products to set my face. I've been loving the Skindinavia setting spray or Urban Decay setting spray. They're basically the same thing. Lately, I've been loving the Milani Make It Last setting spray, but since that has just newly been introduced to me like last week at Gen Beauty, I didn't want to include it. But a setting spray that I have been loving all last year is from Tatcha. This is their Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. The summer months, this is basically all I wore on my face. Even if I'm not wearing any makeup that day, I'll just mist this all over just to get a really nice dewy and glowy look to my skin. It just makes your skin look really healthy. I've been using this all of fall and winter as well, especially if I just baked that under eye area and my makeup just looks very powdery and a little bit dry. I'll just do a few spritz of this all over my face to let that powder sink into my face, and it just makes my skin look like skin texture and skin finish again. So this is just a really beautiful setting spray. So the last face product that I have to show you guys are actually highlighters, and these have become my staple highlighters every single day. You guys know I love the Becca and Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop Highlighter. I've been wearing that a lot all last year, but ever since I discovered these, it's like all I've been reaching for. These are the highlighters from Ofra, and they are beautiful. I'm sure you guys have seen this all over Instagram. This one is in Rodeo Dry. This is one of my favorites. It's a really beautiful champagne gold. This one is relatively new. This I got at Gen Beauty LA this past weekend, and this is in Blissful. This is what I have on my eyelids, my inner corners, on my cheekbones, down the bridge of my nose, the tip of my nose, Cupid's bow, chin, everywhere. It's a gorgeous, gorgeous like champagne rose color. I'll put some more on for you guys. I mean, you can never have enough highlight, right? Look at that shine. It's so beautiful. Their highlighters shine like no other. Next up is a mascara that I have been using ever since it came out, I feel like, but last year it's just the one that I've been reaching for the most. Of course, I can't find my full-size one. This is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara. You guys see me use this all the time in my videos. It is literally just the best mascara ever. The wand makes it super easy to grab onto every single lash. It does a great job at lengthening, at volumizing, and it doesn't clump or look like spidery when you add more than 2 coats on it. It's just amazing, and the regular formula is pretty waterproof. I don't find that it smudges all over, but for some reason the waterproof formula I do not like. It's very clumpy. It actually smears and smudges onto my lower lash line. So the last 2 products I have are actually lip products, and I was introduced to both of these products at Gen Beauty LA last year. So for a full year, these are the only 2 lip products that I've been reaching for in my makeup collection. The first one is from Ghalichi. You guys know I am obsessed with Ghalichi lip products. Their lipsticks formulas are amazing. My favorite color in their lipstick line is Coconut. It's like this nudie peach orange color that just looks so good with like a deep dark smoky eye. But their lip glosses really stood out to me because I'm more of a lip gloss girl. I don't wear lipstick, lip liner, or even liquid lipstick on a day-to-day basis. It's just a little bit too high maintenance for me, and for my boring life, I work at a hospital. It's just not practical to wear all those products. But when it comes to lip glosses, these are the ones I reach for almost every single day. Pigmentation to these are very comparable to those of the NARS lip glosses. They're very pigmented. The formula feels really nice on your lips. It's not too sticky. They add a nice sheen to your lips without being super, super shiny. And my favorite colors have been Honestly and Polite Society, which are these two. Surprise, surprise, they're both nude colors. But Polite Society is always on my lips when I'm going out at night, because I do a lot of smoky eyes when I go out at night. So this is always the perfect color for it. And Honestly is on my lips a lot in my videos, and you guys are always asking what's on my lips. If it's like a nudie color, it's most likely Honestly from Ghalichi. But Lolita is also really pretty. It's like a nice nude, lighter baby pink color. It looks really good on top of like a nude lipstick or a mauve lipstick. They're really great for layering. So these Ghalichi lip glosses are amazing. And lastly, one of my favorite beauty products from 2016 are the liquid lipsticks from Ofra Cosmetics. These are the only liquid lipsticks that I will wear if I know I'm going to be out all day and I need something to stay on my lips all day while still feeling comfortable and not drying out my lips. This is honestly the best liquid lipstick formulas ever. I have tried a lot of liquid lipsticks. I'm not a huge fan of them because I don't like how they feel on my lips, but these I can wear all day and forget that I have a lip product on. I think that was everything I wanted to share with you guys. I think those were all my top 16 favorite beauty products from 2016. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you have any questions on any of these products, please let me know down in the comment section below. As always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.